Position on your lap. And let the eyes grow heavy. The crown of your head towards the ceiling. And start focusing in on your breathing. Taking nice, deep, slow breaths. Deep inhales and exhales. Take this time to check in with your body as we shut the mind down, pushing any thoughts out that come in. We're just looking for that clarity. Whatever you brought to this mat this morning, whatever will come after, it's not important right now. If you're feeling any places of tightness in your body, just breathing into those spaces. Time to set an intention for your practice today. Maybe an intention for your entire day. I'll take you through a few rounds of guided breathing. So on the next inhale, we'll take a count to 4. Take a nice inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Let's do one more round. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Your eyes slowly come open. And hands to heart. And bringing the arms down, let's just shake things out a little bit. Getting some, just finding some comfort in your body. Bring your shoulders up and just drop them down. Carry so much tension in our shoulders, just let it go. Open up the jaw. Just loosening things up, maybe rolling the head from one side to the other. Just taking some intuitive movements, anything that will help you. And bringing an inhale, bringing the arms up, reaching up to the ceiling, interlace the fingers. And exhale, bringing arms back, open the chest. Taking a nice deep breath. And exhale, interlace the fingers forward. Rounding the spine. And coming back to center. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, plant the right hand down. Side angle. Arm comes over the ears, gaze towards the ceiling. Option to walk your hands a few. Or staying stationary, keeping the sits bones grounded. And exhale, extend your arm out. And coming back to center, head comes last. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, side angle, stretch to the opposite side. Extending your arm out towards the opposite wall and walking slowly up, back to center. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, twist to the right side. Head and shoulders keeping aligned. On the inhales, lengthening the spine. On the exhales, twisting a little deeper. Inhaling, arms back up to center. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. Inhaling up, coming back to center. And exhale, forward fold. Let the head dangle between the shoulders. Option to walk your fingers off to the right side of the room, the right side of your body, I should say. You can take the left hand over right for a more intense stretch. And walking it back to center. Taking it to the left side of the room. Again, option to walk your right hand over left for an more intense side stretch. Again, completely optional. Walking hands back to center and coming up into a seated position. Bring the legs out in front of you. Take a moment here, get your sits bones grounded again, just kind of rising up, making sure as we come into a forward fold. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, come forward as much as you can. Option to take a slight bend in the knees. As you bring your head towards your knees, you can always straighten it out after. If you can reach your toes, that's fine. Walking back up to center. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Walking your hands back up to center and bringing legs up into boat pose. Option here to hold your legs or taking it in full extension. Arms to the side. Keep breathing. Take a nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, lowering halfway down. Full extension. Lowering, just hovering over the mat. Halfway lift. Full extension. And you can either stay here with me or bring your feet to the mat as we do a few rounds of Russian twists. And one more. Bringing feet to the mat. Lowering slowly down into your back body. And interlace your fingers as you bring your knees up. Feet staying active. Extend your right leg out as you twist elbow to left knee. And center. And opposite side. And center. Taking one more round. And back to center. Extending your feet up into the air. And we're just going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So we built up a little heat here. Let's press the feet into the mat. Just going to do 1 round or 2 rounds of Uddiyana breathing. So you're going to press your hands into your thighs. You take a nice deep inhale, and on the exhale, pressing the air as if your belly is going into your ribs, taking a nice deep breath and exhaling out. Inhaling and exhale. And grab the backs of your legs, just rocking back and forth a few times until you find yourself in table at the front of your mat. Taking a few moments here to just do whatever movement you'd like, whatever intuitive movements feel good. You might want to take a little wrist stretch. I like to flip my wrists the opposite direction. This is too intense. Maybe just to the sides. Anything really that works for you in your practice this morning on your mat. And coming back to center and table, inhale. Fill the belly with air, gaze to the ceiling. And exhale. Arch in the back. Coming back to neutral table. Inhale, extend the right hand forward, left leg back. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. And coming back to table. Extending left hand out, right leg back. Taking a nice deep inhale. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. And coming back to table. Option here to drop into a child's pose or bringing your toes into the mat and coming back to our first downward dog of the day. Paddling the feet left and right. Just waking things up. We'll be back here again. If you're with us in child's pose, slowly finding your way back to table. And if you're with me, coming into plank, toes should be touching, toes and heels together. Taking a moment to make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders. Gaze slightly in front of your mat. Navel to spine, slight raise in the hips. We'll hang out here for about 5 breaths. And lowering slowly down. Option to come to your belly or come with me for a few rounds of plank push-ups. Lowering down, so you're just hovering over the mat. And pushing back up. One more round. And lowering down, coming directly to the mat. Chin on the mat, hands and feet pressed into the mat. Keeping your gaze towards the mat, peeling your chest off just a little, pressing hands and feet into the mat. And lowering down. Turning your ear to one side of your body or the other. Bringing your chin back to center. Inhale, peeling your chest and hands off the mat. And exhale, lowering down. Bring your chin back to center. Inhale, bringing hands, feet, chest off the mat. And exhale down. One more round. You have an option. You can interlace your fingers behind your back as you peel everything off the mat, or you can come and grab each foot as you peel off the mat. Any way you'd like is fine. Taking a nice deep inhale, peeling just a little more, and exhale down. So hands in the mat, coming back up into table, and sinking into child's pose. We'll hang out here for a few breaths. Option to walk your hands to your right side body. Bringing back to center and over to your left. And coming back to center, rising back up into table. Hands underneath shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale. Bringing your right hand up to the sky. And exhale. Thread the needle through. Right side of your head to the mat. Option to walk your left hand behind your back. And opening up the chest just a little more. If your hand is behind your back, bringing it back in front of you. Inhale, right arm back up, and exhale back to table. Taking the opposite side, extending left hand up, and thread the needle through. Again, option to walk your right hand behind. Inhaling back, reaching back to the sky, and exhaling back to table. Spread your fingers wide and coming back into downward facing dog once again. Again, paddling the feet, seeing if you can get one heel down or the other, maybe both. Maybe you can sink a little deeper into this pose. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Kick your right leg back. And exhale, right knee, right elbow. Bring it back. Exhale to center. And three-legged dog. Bringing right knee to left elbow. And you can step it through if you'd like. You're with me here, just kicking it back to three-legged dog. And returning to downward dog. Paddle the feet. Shake the head out, yes and no. And kicking that left leg back. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Left elbow, left knee. And extend. Left knee to center. And extend. And left knee to right elbow. Or coming all the way through. One more round of breath. And finding your way back to three-legged dog. And downward facing dog. Gaze to the top of your mat, step hop or jump to the front. Finding our way into forward fold. Option to grab opposite shoulders for ragdoll and just bringing it one side to the other. You can take a little slight bend in one knee and then the other. And pressing hands to the mat, hands to the shins. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, peeling up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Gaze to the ceiling and interlace the fingers. Arms framing the ears, feet together, slight bend in the knee. Let's take a nice little half moon stretch to the right. Taking a moment to check in with this, opening up the chest, pressing hips out, and breathing. Inhaling back to center, and exhale to the left. Coming back to center, take a slight back bend. This might look like just a gaze to the ceiling, or maybe towards the back wall of wherever you are. And back to center. Interlace the fingers behind the back and dipping down for a forward fold. Option to take a slight bend in one knee and then the other. And bringing fingers to mat. You can keep them here or walk your hands underneath your feet for a wrist stretch. If that feels weird, you can just keep your hands in front of you. Just waking up the hamstrings. Coming back up, again, slowly one vertebrae at a time. Interlace the fingers. And coming into one more round of half moon, see if you can take it a little bit further this time. But checking in, keeping that form good, keeping those arms, framing the ears rather than out in front of you. Back to center. Bringing it over to the left. Back to center. Taking a nice back bend. And forward fold. Coming into a forward fold, and he'll slowly rise up. Bring your arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Do a few rounds of Surya Namaskara. Prep, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do a few more of these. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more round, just breath. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step, hop, or jump back to plank. Now from here, you have a few options for lowering down. You can go from your knees or this way. When you get to the mat, you can do either a low cobra or an upward facing dog. And on the exhale, downward dog. So throughout the sequence, you can always take either of those options. Whatever works for you. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Take a 45-degree wedge on your back foot. As you rise up, warrior one. Taking a moment to check in. Slight bend in the front knee. Keeping the back leg active. Drop your shoulders as you reach for the sky. Chin away from chest. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, lowering down. Plank and lowering down however you choose. Inhale up. Exhale down. Nice deep inhale here. And exhale, step the left foot through. Rise up. Warrior one on the opposite side. Again, checking in with that back leg that it's staying active as you bend the front knee, squaring your hips towards the front of the room. Dropping those shoulders down, chin up. And plant your hands down. Step back. Lower down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Check in with your dog. See how it's feeling now after a few rounds. Maybe you can get a heel or two down, maybe both. If both heels are down, taking a moment to press your chest towards your thighs. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, step the right foot forward. Warrior one. And opening up warrior two. Take a moment to make sure your back arm is aligned with your front. Keeping that back leg active. Do a few rounds of dancing warrior here. Flipping your front palm forward. As you bring it back, gaze towards the ceiling. Back leg stays active as you take a nice slight bend in the front knee. And back to warrior two. Bringing it to a side angle as you gaze towards the ceiling. Opening up your chest. and not dumping too much down. If you can raise your arm here, you're good. If you're falling all over it, not so much. Going back to warrior two, and straightening up. Turn your toes towards the front of the room, and we'll come down for a forward fold. Option here to grab the outside of your feet or hands underneath your head. Halfway lift and forward fold. Rise up, 5-pointed star. And walking the feet to a 45-degree angle as we sink down into goddess pose, pressing the hips out just a little as you draw the shoulders back. See if you can raise your toes off the mat. And coming back up, 5-pointed star. Taking a moment here, we'll sink down into Skandasana on one side and then the other. Just getting some movement here. Maybe you can do this with no hands. Maybe you're walking your hands back and forth, whatever works. And when you're ready, returning to a forward fold. Rising back up, 5-pointed star. And turning your toes back towards the front of the room, returning to warrior two. Straighten the front leg, coming into Trikonasana. Take a nice hitch in your hips as you come down, keeping your arms aligned. Gaze can be towards the ceiling or right in front of you, or towards the mat, whatever is the least amount of stress on your neck. And bringing your hands to frame your front foot, spin the back heel around, runner's lunge. Option to bring your knee down. Either way is fine. Be rocking back and forth into a half split and runner's lunge. So either is good. Do one more round. And stepping it forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, we'll do this on the other side. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step, hop, or jump back into plank. Lowering down, your choice. Inhale up. Exhale down. Stepping the left foot through, rising up. Warrior one. And opening up warrior two. Again, check your alignment on this side, just like you did the last. Keeping that back foot at a 45-degree angle. Keeping that back leg active. We'll need that in a moment as we come into reverse warrior. back up, warrior two, and side angle. Again, see where that elbow is. See where your body is. Back up, warrior two, and pointing your toes forward as we come down. This time, let's see if you can lock your fingers like this with your toes or on the outside of your feet, taking a wider stretch. Elbows bending outward as you're seeing how close you can bring your head to the mat. And coming up halfway. And exhale, fold, bringing your hands to face the back wall. Fingers facing the back wall, slightly behind. Just giving yourself a nice little shoulder stretch here. And walking it back to center. You dip down again with Skandasana. We'll hold for a moment here. Again, if you can keep your hands to your heart center or hands to the mat, either is fine. Option to come into a bind here if you really want to get fancy. And walking it back to the opposite side. And who knows, maybe this side will give you a better stretch and maybe it'll be more challenging. Optimally, you want your your heel to be pressed down on the mat. So if you need to support yourself there, then that is good. Coming back to center. Rising up, 5-pointed star. Sink down in goddess. And exhaling back up, 5-pointed star. And returning to warrior two. Straighten the front leg, prep for triangle. And as you come down, making sure your arms are aligned wherever they do land. I think I like to gaze forward better than up or down. Whatever works. It's your practice. Bring your hands to frame your front foot. As you spin the back heel around, runner's lunge. And again, like we did on the opposite side, just moving back and forth, finding our half split, finding that lunge, runner's lunge or low lunge. And coming back into lunge, stepping that foot forward. Your back and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we'll go one more round through on that one. We'll speed it up just a little bit. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to the mat, step, hop, or jump. Lowering down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Step the right foot through, warrior one. Opening up warrior two. Flip the front hand forward. Reverse warrior. back to 2. Option to do extended side angle here, or keeping your elbow on your knee as you did in the first round. Just making sure you're not falling over in this pose. Rotating back, toes to the front of the room, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, 5-pointed star. And exhale, sinking into goddess. Inhale, 5-pointed star. And bringing it back, warrior 2. Straighten the front leg, so come to triangle. And framing the front foot, spinning the back heel down, runner's lunge. Sinking it back into half split. And let's hold here this time. If full split is in your practice, you can go into it now. This is what my full split looks like. It's just, I'll get there someday. And slowly finding your way back to lunge. And bringing it back to forward fold, front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Step hopper jump back into plank. Lower and down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Step the left foot through. Rise up, warrior 1. Open up, warrior 2. Flip the hand, reverse warrior. Coming back to 2. And extending on the opposite side. Keeping that back leg active. Rise up, warrior 2. Pointing toes towards the front of the room as you come down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, 5-pointed star. And exhale, sinking into goddess. One last time. Back to 5-pointed star. Bringing it back, forward warrior 2. Straighten the front leg for triangle. Frame the front foot, the opposite side. Again, we're in our runner's lunge and sinking back into half split and full split, or anywhere in between if it's in your practice. Who knows, maybe you can do a little more on this side. When you're ready, walking your way back up into lunge. One more time in this runner's lunge. And stepping it forward, forward fold. Peeling yourself up. Hands to the sky. Hands to heart center. Let's find our way into mountain pose as as we begin our standing series, dropping shoulders down, palms open, active stillness, soft gaze, checking in with yourself, checking in at this stage of the practice with the intention that you set earlier. Perhaps it doesn't serve you anymore, perhaps you'd like to set a new one, or whatever's working for you. We're going to come into standing series here, so we'll start with tree. So when I cue the tree, pose, know that this is perfectly fine for tree, or you can bring your foot up. Fits perfectly on your calf muscle, fits perfectly on your knee, but don't put it there. It's very dangerous. Anywhere but your knee. You can bring it all the way up here. So just anywhere but your knee. So find that space. Find a point in the mat, or in your room, I should say. A few feet in front of you. Call that your drishti. Make that your focus. Start with your hands at heart center. And then once you're comfortable, option to bring them up. Option to wave around a little if you'd like. If you'd like to level up, you can look to the ceiling. If you'd like to level up even further, you can close your eyes. That will really mess with your balance. But it's worth a try. Anything's worth a try once, right? If you fall out, just fall back in. Finding your way back. Just like life. Out of that, step it out, shake out that foot, and we're planting it down, coming in the opposite side, finding that space where you can comfortably come into tree, safely come into tree. If you feel your balance is really off, you can grab a wall. But just keep focusing on that point in front of you. You open up your arms. Get an option to close your eyes. See how your balance goes on this side. Maybe it's better or worse. I should not keep closing my eyes. And come out of that tree. Come into escalator. We're just going to hug your right knee into chest. A slight bend in that standing knee. And you have an option here to come into a more full extension if you'd like. You can grab the outside of your foot. Grab your toe. If you're holding your knee, just bringing it out to the right. If you have your leg out, bringing it out to the side. Again, keeping that gaze a few feet in front of you. Option to extend that left arm. Yeah, bringing it back to center. Pulse that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come into the opposite side, escalator. We're taking a more full extension. Bringing it out to the left side. Arm extends. And bringing it back to center. Pulsing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come into one round of dancer pose. Now, if you're not comfortable with this in your practice, just taking your right foot into your right hand, extending your left arm up to the ceiling. If you'd like to take a more full extension, From here, you'll kick that right leg back. As your left hand comes forward, almost like you're trying to press into the floor, but holding it steady. Kicking your foot into that backhand. As you kick, you'll find a more full extension. Focus on your core, focus on your middle, and slowly come on out. Coming into the other side. Again, maybe this is where you stay, right here. This is fine. If you'd like to come into a more full extension when you're ready, again, your balance can be different from one side to the next. And just breathe. Keeping a soft focus in front of you, soft gaze. And slowly coming on out. I was a little more graceful on this side than the other. And working our way onto our back body. Come into one round of bridge. So walking the heels to your hands. Making sure that is lined up as you peel vertebrae off the mat one at a time. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you want to tuck your shoulders underneath. Fingers clasped. Hang out here for 5 breaths. Option here to level up if you'd like to extend one leg and then the other. If wheel is in your practice, you can find your way into that as well. I'm just going to hang out here and bridge for a few more breaths. Vertebrae at a time. Hug your knees into your chest. And let's just make some circles with it. Maybe some figure eights. Whatever feels nice. Done some good work here today. Hug that right knee into chest as you extend your left leg out. And hugging right knee to your right side body. Almost like you're bringing that right knee towards your pit. Hopefully you won't get it there, that would be. Cross that right leg over the extended left leg for a side twist. Gaze over your right shoulder. And coming back to center, hug the knees into the chest. One last time. Grab onto that left knee as you extend your right leg out. And again, peeling that left knee off to your left side body. Before you bring it across, nice twist. Gaze over your left shoulder. And coming back to center, feet to the ceiling, almost like you're trying to stand on the ceiling. Hands up like you're trying to reach for those toes, and just let your body slowly fall to the mat, to our final resting spot. Let your body just peel into the mat for Shavasana, active stillness. Let your mind shut down, let your thoughts shut down. movement, slowly come back into your body, starting with your feet, your legs, moving slowly up from your knees, your hips, to your fingers and hands and arms, and just slow movements to the left and right, to your shoulders and your neck and your head, until you're ready to turn to your favorite side. Slowly find your way back to seated position. Keep a soft gaze. Our eyes can stay closed. And when you're ready, meet me in seated position, hands to heart center. I want to thank you all for joining me for my first live stream event. I want to thank Dave so much for this phenomenal guitar accompaniment. I want to thank Rob for this fantastic space. Rob and Sarah for this terrific space. Come check out Puddletown Adventures. This is a really great place. There's a lot of fun stuff going on here today. There's some Nerf wars going on outside. It's pretty cool. Anyway, hope to see you all again soon. May be full of loving kindness. May be peaceful and at ease. May be happy. You may be safe. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. See you again in a couple weeks. Do this again soon, I hope. Take care.